Hello, this project is being started to help replace our 100-year-old barn that was lost January 7th, 2014. But first, let us tell you the story of our family farm. Our farm was purchased in 1898. This is my great-grandmother. Her husband, my great-grandfather, died when my grandfather was 14 years old, and they, along with his brother, ran the farm after he died. My father and grandfather farmed together all their lives. Our children are not directly involved in the day-to-day operation, but I am proud to say they are all in agriculture and include their dreams of keeping the family farm together.
Welcome to K&A Roots. K&A Roots was started in February of 2012 by Keith and Ann in Fowler, Indiana. We decided to grow organically grown vegetables and berries for local farmers markets. We at K&A are proud of the progress we have made on our produce farm. We have grown almost every vegetable and began attending 5 farmers markets in Lafayette and Chicago. On our second year of production, we reached out to companies that were selling CSAs and wholesale produce businesses. During the winter months, we attended indoor monthly farmers markets in Chicago. As demand for our product increased, we soon needed a processing area, and our barn just to the west of the house seemed a logical choice. The barn was originally built in 1914 by Keith's grandfather, Charles Clute. In 1983, Donald Clute, Keith's father, had the barn refurbished and the foundation reinforced. The cement floors were poured, new windows and insulation were placed in the walls. And years later, the barn was sided and an aluminum roof was put on. The old barn was as good as new.
The first year, we used part of the barn to start our seeds. It was a small area, but it worked great. The second year, we expanded the seed growing area to about half the barn. We had grown to where we needed a processing area, and the barn seemed like a perfect fit. So we took the other half of the barn, cleaned out the clutter from the past several years, and washed and painted it. We used it for the rest of the first year to process our produce. The second year in the winter, we decided to reach out to wholesale companies, and that required us to have a bigger processing and cold storage area. We were growing at a great pace, so we installed walls, a small office, along with a cooling area in the back of our barn. The barn was back to being the center of the farm again. My parents, kids, and Ann and I were especially happy to again put the old barn to use. I was especially proud as my grandfather always wanted the barn to stay useful on the farm. So, as 2014 approached, we were making plans to expand again. This time we were wanting to take out the seed starting area and move it to a building to the north. That would have gave us the whole barn to process and store our produce. We even had a plan to use the hay mow by converting it into a cold storage area. We were really proud of the barn, such an old building, such a useful building in 2014.
On January 7, 2014, I handed my youngest son a shovel to clear a path. We had had 2 days of blizzard conditions. He quickly ran back in yelling, "The barn is on fire."
We have already begun building a greenhouse and attaching it to the older building to the north of the barn. It will become our seed starting area that was lost in the barn. Please help us rebuild our barn. We had insurance, but not near enough to rebuild. We are not a large farm. We are trying to build it up to supply more people in the cities with our local produce. This is a very large project for us. Our new barn needs to be a GAP certified building that we can process and store our produce until shipped. Thank you.
I'm Ann. Thank you for watching our video.
And I'm Keith. We are K&A. We are inside our new seed starting area. We are asking for you to help rebuild our barn.
We have several ways for you to contribute funds. Please look at the options and rewards on our website.
Feel free to contact us with any questions you might have. Thank you.